The lengths of the diagonals of a parallelogram are 84 centimetres and 52 centimetres. The diagonals intersect at an angle of 40 degrees. Find the lengths of the sides of the parallelogram. Okay, so what you want to do is start by just drawing out a rough parallelogram. So a parallelogram is a four-sided shape that has two sets of parallel sides. So I'm going to label my parallelogram A, B, C, D. So AB is parallel to CD and AD is parallel to BC. Next, I'm going to join up A and C, forming one diagonal, and then B and D, forming the other diagonal. I was told that the length of one of the diagonals is 84 centimetres. So half of 84 is going to be 42. So the distance from A to the centre, which I've labelled as E, is 42. And the distance from E to C is also 42. I was told that the other diagonal is 52 centimetres, and half of 52 is 26. So the distance from B to E, the centre, is 26, and the distance from E to D is also 26. I decided to label AE as 42 instead of BE because AE is clearly longer than BE and 42 is clearly bigger than 26. But if you had actually drawn your parallelogram the other way around, then your labelling would have been different. I was told that the diagonals intersect at an angle of 40 degrees. So we see at the centre of our parallelogram we have four angles, and we were told that one of the angles is 40 degrees. So since this angle here is clearly less than 90 degrees and this angle here is clearly greater than 90 degrees, this angle must be the 40-degree angle. And the side, or the angle opposite that, is also 40 degrees because opposite angles are equal. I can fill in a bit more information. My diagonal BD is a straight line, and the angles on a straight line add up to 180 degrees. So 180, take away the 40, leaves me with 140 degrees. So this angle here is 140 degrees, as is the angle opposite it. So we have 40, 140, 40, 140 degrees. And they all add up to 360 degrees because the angles about a point add up to 360 degrees. Okay, so let's take the triangle ABE. So ABE, so this triangle here on the left. I know the distance from A to E, and I know the distance from B to E, and I know the angle in between them. So I'm going to use the cosine rule to find this side of the parallelogram. So I'm going to label my triangle ABC, making sure that the capital A is the angle I'm using. So the 40 degrees must be the capital A, and the side opposite it can be lowercase a. The B and the C, it doesn't matter what way you label them. I've decided to label the 42 as B and the 26 as C. I substitute into my formula. So I have AB squared, so that's the name of this side, is equal to 42 squared plus 26 squared minus 2 times 42 times 26 cos of 40 degrees. That gives me 766.96, and the square root of that is 27.69 centimetres. So AB is 27.69 centimetres and CD is also 27.69 centimetres. Now I'm going to take the triangle ADE. So ADE, so this triangle at the bottom here. So again I have the 42, the 26 and the angle in between. That's 140 degrees, and I got that by taking 40 away from 180 degrees. Since I have a side, an angle in between and another side, again I'm going to use the cosine rule, and again I'm going to make sure I label the capital A as the angle I'm using. So I'm using 140 degrees, so that's capital A. So the side opposite it, what I'm looking for, is lowercase a. Then I'm going to label the other two sides as B and C. I'm going to label 42 as B. Now I'm using green, whereas in the previous question I was using red. And I'm labeling 26 as C. I substitute into my formula. So I have AD squared, which is the side I'm looking for, is equal to 42 squared plus 26 squared minus 2 times 42 times 26 cos of 140 degrees. And that gives me 4,113.04. And the square root of that is 64.13 centimetres to 2 decimal places. So AD is 64.13 centimetres and BC is also 64.13 centimetres.